Money outcomes usually stem from habits, patience, and self-control, rather than complex calculations. A person can know all the rules and still fail if their emotions dictate their decisions during stressful moments. Achieving financial success relies on soft skills shaped by temperament, past experiences, and everyday habits. People make a variety of choices because they absorb different lessons from family, work, and their personal timing. Treating someone else's financial results as a model ignores the elements of luck, risk, and unseen factors. Focus on managing your savings, spending, and risk exposure, as these areas respond to intentional actions. When decisions feel personal, use straightforward rules to maintain consistency on calm days, as well as during challenges. The goal isn't perfection, it's to create a system that prevents one mistake from undoing years of progress. The ideas in this discussion originate from The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, a worthwhile read for deeper understanding. If you want to explore more content like this, subscribe to the channel and continue learning the effective rules that work. People behave unusually with money, but many of their actions make sense when viewed through the lens of their personal history. A choice may seem irrational, but it can actually be logical if you consider factors like fear, pride, or past losses. Luck and risk operate side by side, influencing outcomes through factors beyond the control of any planner. Since luck often obscures the outcomes, trying to replicate a winner's strategy can also replicate their hidden risks. Cultivate respect for uncertainty by maintaining a significant gap between what you need and what you are willing to gamble. The ideal target is steady progress that withstands mistakes, surprises, and timing issues, rather than flashy results. When assessing results, distinguish between what you could control and what was shaped by random chance. This approach minimizes envy and redirects your focus onto your own rules rather than on others' achievements. A rational plan acknowledges that unexpected events can significantly influence totals, allowing you to prepare instead of guess. Once you embrace uncertainty, you can adopt behaviors that remain resilient even when circumstances become challenging. Many financial issues arise when the finish line is always shifting, and the drive to win becomes insatiable. Social comparison can make even significant progress feel insignificant, as there will always be someone ahead of you. Without defining what enough means for you, there's a tendency to take unnecessary risks, even after fulfilling your needs. The best defense lies in choosing a lifestyle goal that safeguards your time, values, and relationships. Once you identify what enough means, you stop sacrificing safety for status and cease chasing endless upgrades. The cost of never feeling satisfied is not only financial, it includes taking bets that could derail everything you've built. Strive for a sense of contentment that empowers you to say no, as this is how you maintain control. Establishing a clear finish line also simplifies saving, making it a choice rather than a sense of deprivation. Maintaining wealth hinges on safeguarding what you possess, so the first priority is to avoid preventable losses. By protecting your foundation, you allow compounding the time needed to work its magic. Compounding can seem sluggish for years, but then suddenly accelerates thanks to its exponential nature. The toughest challenge is staying invested long enough, especially when early gains seem insignificant and uninspiring. When compounding feels counterintuitive, many people chase higher returns, frequently changing strategies before they give time a chance to work. A reliable plan with consistent, decent returns can outperform one that relies on infrequent, massive wins. The compounding effect thrives on avoiding major losses, as bouncing back from significant downturns requires extraordinary gains. Patience over extended periods is more crucial than aiming for flawless forecasts, as much of the value accumulates during just a few periods. Instead of attempting to foresee every market twist, prioritize resilience, low costs, and adaptable behaviors that can be repeated. An uncomplicated strategy that you can stick with through times of boredom and anxiety is far more effective than a complicated one. Consistency enhances the compounding effect, so give yourself permission to be average on most days while still achieving your goals over time. For more insights on habits and investing behavior, subscribe and revisit these rules when decisions become urgent. Building wealth can stem from a handful of wise decisions, but maintaining it necessitates ongoing vigilance. The focus shifts from maximizing returns to sidestepping major errors that could jeopardize your financial journey. A margin of safety reflects practical humility, acknowledging that forecasts can fail and unexpected events can arise without warning. Allowing space for mistakes means having sufficient time and resources so that one setback doesn't lead to hasty decisions. Savings and conservative assumptions create that essential buffer, transforming uncertainty into manageable risks. Survival is often undervalued, as the most significant compounding results are achieved only after you remain invested for decades. Let go of the need to be correct all the time, and accept that average results can still lead to lasting success. By establishing a margin for error, you can endure downturns without resorting to panic selling or forced liquidations. This approach emphasizes endurance over fleeting achievements, as steady, modest gains are more beneficial than fragile, dramatic successes. With a safety net, you make decisions from a place of empowerment rather than desperation, and this shift influences everything. Savings play a crucial role beyond just future spending, as they provide options when plans shift or opportunities arise. Your options include waiting patiently, pivoting in a new direction, or firmly rejecting poor deals, which grants you a sense of power. Control over time becomes an invaluable, unseen return, often outweighing the visible interest rate on your cash holdings. When you possess flexibility, you can navigate bad luck without hurriedly settling for the first solution that appears. Flexibility also empowers you to wait for clearer opportunities rather than reacting out of fear or pressure. A well-equipped savings buffer reduces reliance on perfect timing, giving you the freedom to make informed decisions. This is why saving can be effective even without a specific target, because the ultimate goal is achieving freedom. The most valuable metric is the duration you can sustain your lifestyle without requiring fresh income. Knowing this time frame reduces anxiety and enhances your decision-making ability, allowing you to think strategically before taking action. When saving grants you options, you begin to view changes not as crises, but as opportunities for gathering information. Most results are influenced by a few extreme events that have a significant impact, overshadowing everything else. In both investing and career paths, being correct half of the time can be sufficient if those successes are substantial. Anticipate numerous small errors. They are a natural part of systems impacted by uncertainty and competition. The sensible approach is to maintain reasonable decisions, as manageable plans are easier to follow through. Being reasonable entails preparing for potential regret, allowing for mistakes and recognizing that the future will bring different challenges. Since goals are fluid, it's essential to create a strategy that can adapt without requiring a complete reset. Focus on actions that can be repeated consistently over time, because it's this repeatable behavior that withstands market volatility. Steer clear of narratives that promise certainty. Instead, opt for plans that remain viable, even when circumstances are challenging. In the face of rare events, your financial buffer and established habits will determine whether you can persevere or are forced to withdraw. If this discussion has helped clarify your thoughts, subscribe for more content that transforms financial psychology into actionable strategies.